Interesting video. Not too many of these anymore. And what I mean by these, this is a old school Twosun model with new availability. You don't see a lot of this anymore. But I had to get one. These things popped up on the market, and so it was like, yeah, I got to get one. Look at this thing. I mean, I gotta find the model number. I don't even know the model number. Let's get rid of the box. Yeah, wow. Let's get the blade out, and then I'll find the model number. I think the button on these, yeah, the button works both ways. You gotta press the button to get it open and press the button to get it closed. Yeah, and so the action's kind of stiff. So two-handed it right now. So what's the model number? Okay, this is the TS330. Yep, TS330, 14C, 28N, and Rattlesnake. And I'm not sure who the other designer is. Interesting logo, man. Come on, designer's mark. Pretty cool. I'm not sure who that is. I've never seen it on another knife. So does that mean they don't design knives anymore? I don't know. But this thing is an oily mess. So let's wipe it off. A big question on this knife is, are we going to take it apart? And as I say that, I don't know. I know I'm going to wipe off some of this oil so we can handle the knife. And then make a decision. Am I going to get in here or not? All right, so I can see it's a standard button lock. Now that I got the oil off of it, I mean, I love the raw titanium. Very cool. I mean, with these notches in here, I'd say that screws, this is one piece. This piece, and it goes through, is one piece. This screws on to that piece. I can see that. I'm going to try to manipulate that with my fingers. I don't think it's going to let me. Yep, it did. I mean, so maybe that's the decider right there. I mean, if I can take it apart with my fingers like that, why wouldn't I take it apart, right? Let's move this towel out of here. I don't need to be looking at it, right? Yeah, so we got this one. And then I believe that would just come out. So this one looks to be exactly the same. Yeah, it's the same exact pivot, I guess. Oh, yep. Well, I got it loose, but this side's turning. Let's see what's up. See if I can hold it down. Yeah. I mean, if I can just take it apart like that, why, come on, I got to get in it, right? Yeah, so these, a bunch of these just showed up out of nowhere and not through normal Twosun channels. Somebody, somebody on the side just all of a sudden showed up and started selling a bunch of these. And so, who am I to not get one? It's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to get one. So the blade definitely is attached to this pivot right here. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull these two T8s right here and see if we can't separate them scales now. Yeah, that was pretty loose. This one, not so much. This one's got some tension on it. Whew. Got it, though. All right. Well, and the knife is bucking me. I can feel it's wanting to separate. So I think it's got a good spring going down in there. Yeah, look at the size of that spring, man. Lots of tension there. Ton of oil in here, so I'm kind of glad that I did get in here. And it runs on a bronze washer. Yep. Yeah, there's 2 bronze washers there. A ton of oil all over everything here. Backspacer, barrel spacer, nut things. And then the pivot itself, full of oil, and then a bronze washer, and a bronze washer. And then the 14C28 end blade. I mean, it's completely disassembled there. It's just odd with the pivot, but other than that, it's no different than really any other button lock. The design of the button lock, forcing actuation to open and close, that's a little different. But I've got a couple of knives like that I really like. Now, the ones that I have that I really like are, this thing's got a screwdriver on the end, a flat blade screwdriver. The ones that are like, that I own like that I really like are on bearings. And so the action on them runs really well. This one is a little stiff. I tried pushing the button and throwing the blade out. Not so much. No, maybe with a tune, we can change that. We'll see. I don't know if that's the goal. I'm gonna treat the goal right now is to just get all this oil out of here. I think we'll polish up the washers real quick. You know, standard check-in stuff. I think my towel caught one of these. I know it did. I'm gonna find it real quick. Because there's 2 of them, and I only see one now, and I noticed earlier my towel was flopping around down there by it. So I think I did get it. Let's clean this one, put it up. I'm not going to wipe the spring off. It doesn't mind. I don't mind the spring being oily. Big button. Surely that's steel. Yeah. Don't call me Shirley. I mean, what a unique piece, right? I like unique. Different. You know, you can only look at so many knives, and yeah, that's why conversations about it's a knockoff or it's like what was the one I did not too long ago, the Kaiser Pop, literally reading about that, I think they agreed to discontinue and take it out of production, basically remove the knife. Who knows what they did with their inventory of it? Did they destroy it? I don't know. I don't have that inside track. But there was clearly some reference made that it was a knockoff, uh, a copy of the Cubit. And I thought it was strange because they were definitely different knives, but what I was reading was it all came down to the fact that it had a bottle opener. I've got 4 or 5 knives that have bottle openers. I thought that was just odd. Oh, it's got a bottle opener, so that makes it a clone. It makes it a copy. It's like, well, I'm pretty sure I have a Swiss Army knife that has a bottle opener on it. What's a bottle opener have to do with it? I don't know. Yeah. I mean, this is a really different knife. Now, if somebody made another version of this and it had these big, I mean, it'd be easy to go, yeah, that's a copy of that. But to just take like a basic pocket knife shape and say, whoa, it'd be like saying, you know, somehow somebody, that's a copy of something. I mean, it's such a standard basic knife shape. I mean, how does somebody claim that at this point, right? Well, it's got a swoop on the back. It's swooped. Yeah, so does like 9,000 other design. I don't know. That's just me. It's just me, and I'm not a knife designer, so I don't have a personal investment in that. And I guess if I was a OEM or a designer, and I came out with a Cubit, and then I don't know, let's say a reasonable amount of time passes, and then somebody comes out with the pop, maybe I make a stink and go, man, you just copied my thing, right? Like, so unless you look at it from that context, maybe it doesn't make sense. All right, I'm going to try to polish these big washers. Let's see how that works. All right, let's look at it. I mean, yeah, definitely polished up that side. Let's do the other side. And it does feel kind of, I don't know, sticky. The other side did too. It was a little sticky when I first kind of went at it. So I'm using a 3000 grit belt to polish that up a little bit. I'm turning it a lot because it's bigger than the belt. And so I don't want to just like work on one spot, right? There we go. Yeah, night and day. Definitely shined her up. And yeah, this one's a little sticky on there too. It's like it's got, a slight burr or something from when they milled it. Not sure. But now that I've run it, it's gone. Nice and smooth. That going to improve the action? Well, here's what I know about that. Most definitely can't hurt the action, right? To polish up and smooth out them washers. Is it going to help it? I mean, I would think so. If I had to pick, my pick would be 100% it's going to improve the action. If I had to pick between it's going to help or it's not going to do nothing or it's going to hurt it, I would pick it's going to help. Because it, just makes sense to me that smoothing and polishing up that washer is going to help it glide across the surfaces. All right, well, let's try putting it back together. See what that looks like. Which one's which? This one's got to be the show side. No, there's the button. No, yeah. Okay, so that's the show side. And we'll put the pivot in, like so. Let's put these two barrel spacers in, because they stick up. They want to fall out. Okay. Now that washer, so on one side, it rides on the titanium, the raw titanium. The other side's going to ride on the blade. So I think I'm going to put just a dab, just a tiny little drip of oil behind that, because anything I can do to help that friction, it's got to be a good thing. So when I say a dab, I mean just the smallest little drop that I can make. There's one on each side. Because it was way over oiled before. I don't want to do that to it. All right, now before I put the blade on, I'm going to put a couple of tiny little drops around there, because I do want that to free spin on that blade. Okay. Now I'm going to oil up. We'll get this other washer. And then it just dawned on me, I probably got to put that button on at the same time, because I don't think I can get it on. Yeah. Really enjoyed getting it on. And like I said, I'm going to a couple of tiny little dabs up against the titanium. I probably need to put this in, and the backspacer. I'm going to hold these in. Okay. I mean, honestly, it's no different than anything else. It's just pretty fundamental stuff here. Something's going on with that button. I guess nothing was going on with it. Just felt kind of weird. Let's put one of these screws in. Actually, I think I'll throw them both in. I don't gotta make them super tight, but it'll hold everything in proper alignment, and then I can put the oh, what do we call this? The cap, the nut. Put that on. Well, in 100%, this is going to impact the action because that's going to pinch that blade. I mean, there really wasn't anything daunting here. I say that, I should probably bite my tongue real quick because we're not completely together. And has that ever come back to bite me? I mean, lockup is super solid on it. But am I going to be throwing that blade out of there? Nope. Yeah, the thumb stud's kind of inconsequential because you can't, unless you depress that button, you can't open it. But it's locked up solid. Blade is centered. Yeah, I'm going to stop trying that. What an interesting grip this is. Okay. I mean, like all kind of oddball knives, and Twosun has had its share where designers have kind of just carte blanche created, right? They become a question of form over function, that kind of thing. But I will say that this grip right here is pretty comfortable. And especially if I was trying to use that screwdriver for something. It would be interesting if somebody could like explain what the purpose of that was. You know what I mean? Like, is this a purposed knife? Like somebody has a deal where they need to tune, I don't know, tuning a carburetor or something, and I don't, and so it's a perfect, jab that in there. I don't know. And then clearly, one of the questions becomes, can this be used as like a brass knuckle? And as long as I don't go in deep with that finger, I think I could punch with this. Like it's definitely down in my palm. I think that the thing is you want to get your index finger all in so these knuckles go across here. But I think with this, you stay shy of the knuckle. Yep, to here. And with that said, now it makes sense that the blade doesn't open without depressing the button because, yeah, I'm locked in here and I think I could punch with that. What if I was this way? Yeah, it's the exact same grip. Yeah. And I mean, yuck. Very cool. What a unique piece, man. Definitely a two-hander, though. Like, yeah, there's no getting that I guess I could. Yeah, I mean, if I was caught in a bear trap and I could access my knife and I had to get it so that I could remove my limb that was trapped, I could get this out of my pocket and deploy the blade with my free hand. I could make it happen. I just did it. You saw me. All right. Stupid, man. I didn't notice before, but yeah, no pocket clip. So this just goes in your pocket. What about safety? Catch a blade anywhere or a tip? You can catch that screwdriver, but it's a flat blade screwdriver. So, I mean, the knife's safe. I mean, the action is smooth. The lockup is solid. But it's a two-hander. Interesting. Well, 14C, I think the only thing left on this is to see if that short, small blade is sharp. Interesting. Well, all right, let's work on that real quick. I'm going to try stropping it and see if there's just maybe a burr. It's got a pretty tall angle on it. Let's try it again. Way better. Yeah, so it definitely had a burr. Yeah, I mean, I can feel it. It's sticky now. Could I spend a little time on a strop on that? Yeah, I think I could. Maybe clean that up. Where are we at for time? No, I'm a wrap. Yep, we're out at 30 minutes. So, what was the number on this? A TS330, wasn't it? Yeah, TS330, 14C, rattlesnake, and somebody flipping you off logo. It's got some brass or some knuckles potential. Definitely could go here. Whackow. And it's got some girth, man. I mean, I wouldn't want somebody to crack me in the jaw with that. Interesting. Yeah, what a really cool, if nothing else, a great collector's piece, conversation piece. You probably find this one over at Timber's Edge Knives. And yeah, appreciate y'all watching.